What's up, folks? How we doing today? It's been a long time, but I'm back here to drop another video on you. Things are getting real serious out here, especially for black people. You understand what I'm saying? Right now, we having a lot of immigrants and the so-called asylum seekers and stuff like that. But I'm gonna break something down for you, and I'm gonna start in Chicago. Because what black people gotta realize is that we gotta stop voting for black, a black face just because they black. We gotta stop voting for the Democrats just because, vote blue no matter who. Because these Joe Biden and the Democrats, their policies are the ones allowing this open door immigration to happen right now. And what they're doing is they're putting these immigrants in black neighborhoods. They're flooding the scene. Do you understand what I'm saying? And let me tell you what that means. We're gonna go through this. We're gonna break this down. You dig? Let me tell you what that means. They're giving them resources that's supposed to go. I'm talking about the descendants of slaves who are owed reparations. They're giving your reparations right now to the migrant. They're bringing them inside your neighborhoods, putting them up, setting them up, giving them housing, jobs. In Chicago, I think they was giving them like $9,000 a month. Could you imagine what you can do with $9,000 a month for 6 months just to get yourself together? And they paying for your rent and all of that, giving you food, free health care. Imagine if you didn't have to pay for health care right now and you was keeping that health care cost in your pocket. Imagine that. They're giving these folks illegals. These people didn't go through the process. They broke in here illegally. And they're giving them free health. Free health care alone would save a whole bunch of y'all money, wouldn't it? They're giving people who haven't paid one tax, haven't fought and not won. This descendants of slaves, who I'm talking about. We built this country. We built this wealth in this country. Paid taxes, fought in every war. These people can break in illegally and get all the stuff that you have to grind and scrap for, and you still can't afford. You know how many African Americans, how many Americans, period, don't have health insurance? They're giving these people the health insurance for free. See, and what's gonna happen is they're gonna come in and they're giving them a foot up on you. They're giving them stuff that they never gave you. They never gave you this type of help. There was never a plan in place to help the most vulnerable of us. Now, who has been the most vulnerable of us? Black Americans. You will never hear this guy, Brandon Johnson is who I'm talking about. I told you I'm taking this to Chicago. We bringing Chicago up to the front, up to the firing line. You understand? We bringing them up to the firing line. What I'm about to show you now is you will never see this from none of our black. What do they call these stupid pieces of crap now? The BBC, the Black Caucus. What do they do for black people? The Black Caucus is a bunch of Negroes like this right here. What I'm about to show you. And think about what you have been through as a black person and what we have been through. Have you ever seen your black politician that you vote for stand up for you like this? Listen to what I'm telling you. Let's start. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna start. Let them start.
And thank you, Pastor Zeiss, for that introduction. I'm grateful for all of you who are here this morning. I'd like to especially recognize the entire faith community, the faith community that has stepped up from the very beginning to support this mission. I'm joined by the faith community and our philanthropic.
Let's stop. Stop right there. First of all, let me tell you something. You have some churches in the faith community that actually put in the work and help black people and help their community. So when I say this, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm not talking about the people who actually put in the work. Matter of fact, I commend y'all. And I commend you to keep doing it. You're the ones who help out the homeless black people. You was already doing that, right? But you have some of these black pork chop pool pimping preachers, right? Who don't do nothing for their own people right outside their doors. As soon as the government comes and say, we'll give you some change to put these migrants up, they got a full force. Everybody come get together. You gotta come get together and make sure this happens, right? You would never see this energy for us. But this is the energy they have for people who are legally broke into this country. Remind you, they illegally broke into this country. They didn't go through the process, the proper process. They're breaking the law, right? If you as a black person break the law, they're gonna bring the law down on your ass full force. They're allowing these people to come in, break laws, commit all type of crimes right in your neighborhood. And somehow they just get off. It's a deliberate replacement of us. This is deliberate. And this is deliberate by our government. This is definitely deliberate by the Democratic Party. And I am not a Republican. I am an independent. I'm not a Donald Trump supporter. But we got to stop being fooled as black people. Democrats, we vote for them. We voted for them and put in Joe Biden, and he gave us all type of promises. Which promise that he gave us? As far as reining the policing, as far as doing any of that stuff. Voting rights, most black people, we don't care about voting rights because we all can vote. We all got IDs. I don't know one black person who got ID. So when Democrats come to you, like, we're going to fight for voting rights, I don't want to hear nothing about no damn voting rights. Because all the people I know can vote. They got IDs. So I don't know who that's for. That's for the illegals. That's what the voting right thing is, for the illegals. It don't have nothing to do with you, black people. Understand what I'm saying? Follow me.
Partners to demonstrate our full force of government approach.
Listen to it.
To address this humanitarian crisis. City government is maintaining our efforts to welcome and resettle asylum seekers here in Chicago, and we are making progress. In partnership with the state, we have successfully helped over 10,000 new arrivals to resettle in the area and reunite with family and friends in various places. And we are currently working with the state to expedite the work authorization process as much as possible so that new arrivals can get jobs and to do it more quickly.
Wow.
But importantly, to become...
He has a whole program to make sure that these illegal immigrants get jobs. Just think about that for a second. As it becomes harder for black Americans, all Americans, to find sustainable work to actually take care of you and your family. And don't believe the lie that, oh, nobody wants to work. Don't believe that lie. Of course, you got some scragglers. You got some people in all facets of life, in all areas, that are bums. But you got a lot of people that got to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs just to make it. And you have all these resources for illegals. Okay. All right. Okay. Continue.
Integrated into the life of our city. I'm happy to share that in recent weeks, we have successfully transitioned all of our new arrivals out of half of our police districts into city shelters, and we are preparing them for the next step of their journey. I'd like to take a moment to thank the hundreds of volunteers.
I wish you had a plan to prepare all the distressed black people in Chicago that's living on the streets. I wish you had a plan to prepare them for their next journey. You punk. Let's continue.
And mutual aid groups, including the church groups, for their incredible efforts to support asylum seekers at police stations. It has made a difference for thousands of people. This mission continues, but as winter fast approaches, our need for greater collaboration and coordination grows. And that is why we are mobilizing Chicago's faith community and our partners in the philanthropic community to meet.
Have you ever heard any of your black politicians say they're mobilizing all of this stuff for you? You who have paid taxes. We have veterans of all colors, but you have a lot of black veterans because they're the poorer ones, living on the streets. Living on the streets. They actually served and fought for this country. You ain't never hear a Negro like him have one damn plan for them. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all where we at, black people. You better think twice about going out here and voting for these Negroes or these Democrats who are trying to replace you in your own neighborhood. See, these migrants are gonna come in. They're gonna get jobs. Then they're gonna start businesses in your own neighborhoods that you weren't able. See, this is not a new thing. We've already seen this before. They've already did this with the Asians and all that. They all got businesses in areas. They was able to get permits and all of this stuff where you weren't able to get it at. They was able to get help and loans and stuff that you were not able to get. Contracts that they weren't going to give your black ass. And these same folks will come in here and they'll look at you like, you see, look at we came in here, we pulled ourselves by our bootstraps. What's wrong with you black people? You ain't pulled yourself up by a goddamn thing. You got help when you came in here. Matter of fact, you got help with the resources that we created. You punk. So don't come in our faces looking down on us. They deliberately kept us out of the frame. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Listen to me, black folks. Follow me.
This moment. And after extensive conversations and outreach with the faith community and our philanthropic partners, my administration formed a partnership of churches and community organizations around the city of Chicago.
I'm sure you did.
I'm excited to announce the Unity Initiative, a multi-layer approach that seeks to bring Chicago together, including an interfaith partnership dedicated to helping us move migrants out of police stations and onto the path of resettlement and self-sufficiency. This is the soul of Chicago that I've been speaking of from my first day in office.
The soul of Chicago. Listen to this,
intergenerational, interracial, interfaith coalition of communities coming together to help those in need. That's who we are, and that's
interracial, congregational, segregational, us coming together. Man, if you don't shut your ass up, you better integrate your ass into the neighborhoods of the people that put your sorry punk, dusty, musty ass in power, dude. You haven't done nothing for them. Before you start talking about multicultural and everybody else, you need to do something for the people who put your black ass in power, boy. Do you understand? I can't stand Negroes like that, man. All right.
Who we will always remain. Chicago's faith community has long nurtured the soul of Chicago. From welcoming over 500,000 black people to Chicago during the Great Migration, to helping thousands.
Hey, let's stop right there. You heard him say, let's help the 500,000 of the black people during the Great Migration. Let me tell you what they're trying to do. They're trying to compare us to immigrants. Let me make this clear to you, black people. We are not immigrants. You understand? We moved from one part of a country that we built to another. We didn't migrate from no goddamn place. We are not immigrants. We're not migrants. We didn't do none of that. We moved from one part of a country that we built to another part of a country that we built and pay taxes in. Pay taxes in. We didn't migrate a damn place. You see these Negroes? You got to watch these Negroes like this. I'm telling you. He trying to compare us to these illegals who are coming in here. We are nothing like them. Do you understand? We didn't flee from one country to another. We didn't flee from one government to another. We were under the same government in the South, in the North, in the West, under the same supremacy, white supremacy from the North, West to the East. We just went to another spot of a country that we built to try to get more economics that we built, because we were kept out of the economics most part across this country. Do you understand? So don't let these Negroes fool you. Okay? All right. Continue.
Of asylum seekers today. It's been the faith community that has shown its tremendous support for families throughout generations. In the face of divisive forces that continue to desperately work to tear our city apart, we will overcome this humanitarian crisis, and we will do it together. And it will ultimately lead towards a better, stronger, and a safer Chicago. At no cost to the taxpayers of Chicago, things...
Folks, I just told you what was going on. I got a part 2 coming. I'm going to end this video right here. But I have a part 2 coming for you. The part 2 of this interview. And I got more to explain. This guy is the epitome of the Negro that is working against us. You understand? Keep your eyes open.